Alright. Alright. Nah, man, I'm hoping everything alright with y'all, you know what I'm saying? Today is a better day. I don't know why I always do this shit when I just wake up, but I always get something to eat and I start recording some shit so I can start posting some shit and I can start being on some shit, you know what I'm saying? When heroes get arrested by dumb cops, there's a lot of dumb cops. A lot of cops that aren't, like, generous, considerate. You can go on and on all day about how bad these cops have been in the past few years. Well, in all time, really, because, bro, this shit been going on. When are cops not dumb? Let me know down below in the comment section. I'm still fucking waking up. I got my little breakfast. Now I'm trying to get to it. So if you're new here, sub up. If you're not new, shut that thing up. If you ain't gonna do anything, one of those, make sure you block me on YouTube. Like someone on the description for the Twitch, the main channel, and the gaming channel, and the last video, and the original video, and the Discord server. Hit those up, follow up, sub up, join up. Hit those up, sub up, join up. Do what you gotta do to become part of the family. Get straight into it, bro. How dumb are these cops for real? We're about to find out.
In the back of a police cruiser. How'd he end up in handcuffs? He says he was just doing his job.
What? The fuck?
Hey, check that out. I stopped to help somebody who's been shot. I'm getting arrested.
Usually heroes get rewarded for what they do.
I stopped to help.
But sadly, these heroes get arrested by the police instead, and the reasons why are insane. Here are some instances where heroes ended up in jail. Starting with this hero who tried to save the victim of a fatal shooting.
Thank you for teaching me not to be helpful, you fat.
On October 9th, 2020, Joseph Garces, a retired firefighter, was driving his Jeep in Santa Paula, California, when he spotted a shooting victim named Samir Salgado lying in a parking lot in a pool of blood. Without hesitation, Garces got out of his car and started doing CPR to the victim. Soon after, police officers from the Santa Paula Police Department came to the scene.
Don't go to the car. Don't go to that car. Stay over here. Stay over here. Stay over here. Come over here. That's your car?
That's my car. I was driving by. I saw him. I'm a retired firefighter.
Okay.
I'm not a part of this.
We don't know anything about that. We see a gun in the car. You're not going there. Do you have your ID?
It's in the car.
What's your name?
Joe Garces.
Joe Garces, you gotta relax, okay? We know you're helping us out.
Wait,
What?
but you guys aren't listening either. That's part
Facts!
of it. Yeah.
So I said we appreciate your being involved,
I get
okay? We're just running.
That's his knife. I took it out of his pocket to cut his shirt
Okay.
off.
And that's your vehicle.
Yeah, I was driving north. I saw.
How many times did I tell you in his car?
They were looking this way,
Damn.
and I saw him down, and I thought it was beer or something. Spun around and came in, saw the blood. She said they were calling 911. I screamed, "Has he been shot?" She said, "Yeah, as I was pulling in."
Okay.
Saw the gunshot wound to the side of his face.
Ooh.
I did a quick check, found the gun in his waistband, rendered it useless, stuck it inside my car, grabbed his knife, cut off his shirt, and then you guys started showing up.
Okay. Did you
I
see
started
any,
doing CPR.
Did you see anybody running? Anybody leaving the area? Anything?
Not a thing.
Garces gave his witness testimony to the officer, which was a polite and respectful interaction.
Right?
However, things took a turn for the worse when Detective Rivera from the Santa Paula police arrived and began to adopt a condescending attitude.
What?
Get this guy out of here. Sir.
He's a witness.
What the?
Relax. Okay?
Hey,
We
Star.
appreciate it.
Huh?
So I got a crime scene, sir. I'm a detective.
Yeah, and I'm here helping him, so step the off. Okay? If you're a good detective, you wouldn't be yelling at me right now. You'd be taking care of your job.
Talk your shit, OG!
Get the out of here. What's your
Get out of my car.
Bro, and his car is right there. I think he wants to be there. He didn't even say a word to you. You just get this guy out of here. The fuck? He didn't do shit to you, bro. Relax.
What are you gonna do to me?
Get out of my crime scene. I'm gonna make you next time. Get out of my crime scene.
Come with me, Mr. Garces. Mr. Garces.
That's my.
Come with me, Mr. Garces.
No wonder people don't give you guys the benefit of the doubt. And I worked with you for 27 years. When do I get my car back then? Hey, thank you for teaching me not to be helpful, you fat piece.
Oh, yeah.
Step back. I don't know who you're
Oh yeah, so now you're gonna come over with me.
What?
You're doing a really good job right now, aren't you?
I need you to back up.
You need to calm him.
I need you to back up. Come here.
No,
I got him. Come here.
No,
You need
get
to
your hands off.
Look.
take it down a notch.
You can take
Take
it
it down a notch.
Somebody here's not
Take it
controlling themselves
down.
into you.
Take a deep breath.
Be a hypocrite.
I've taken a deep breath. It's your turn now.
Yeah,
There you have it.
You want to talk like adults? I'll let you go. You
okay,
want to talk
did
like
you
adults?
start talking to me like an adult?
Do you understand how I need to
Do
do
you
my
see
job?
what you're doing wrong?
If you know how to do this job and you have a badge, then you would understand. Now, do you want to go to work?
That, bro, a badge doesn't change how, like, what you know about how somebody else is feeling. Like, shut the fuck up. You take the badge off, you still gonna feel the same way. You put it right back on, you'll feel the same way. You only got that feeling because you got that badge and you feel like you can just put your hands on niggas. You're a bitch.
Do you have a badge?
It's so
Do you have a badge?
Yes,
Are you
I
Don't need a badge.
Do you want to go for 148 for being in a crime scene? Just because sergeants on patrol don't know how to do their job, and you were a
You're
cop
saying
at
your
one time-
sergeant doesn't know how to do his job?
Take him. Turn around.
What?
Where's your badge at?
In my Jeep, like I keep saying, but you won't listen.
We're adding your Jeep.
Hey, you go see it when you look
Do
at
you
the
want
front
your
of
car?
Jeep.
Do you want me to have to write a search warrant and keep it, or do you want to keep your car? Do you want
Wow, you're a bitch.
I'm not talking anymore.
Okay. Sink him in this car right here.
64. What's your first name?
Joe. Hey, check that out. I stopped to help somebody who's been shot. I'm getting arrested.
Garces was detained in the back of the police car for nearly 15 minutes before the detective finally released him. As a result of this incident, Garces got a dislocated shoulder and a torn labrum, injuries that needed surgical intervention to fix.
Bro, he's suing.
Garces took legal action against Detective Rivera and the city of Santa Paula, of which they ended up reaching a settlement out of court. Even though Garces got monetary compensation, he would be hesitant to help someone again in the future. However, things turned out even worse for the next hero who would end up regretting his brave actions forever.
The guy who pulls the gun isn't the one who goes to jail that night. You go to jail.
Exactly.
On June 27th, 2023, Army veteran Matt Solon
We got a one about. I'm listening.
Buttermilk, the son of a Georgia congressman, were out with their girlfriends in a bar's parking lot when a man named Dwight Cooper threatened them with a gun. Matt swiftly disarmed and subdued Cooper, forcing him to the ground. He then called 911 after taking the gun away from him.
Someone pulled a gun on me. This guy asked for a cigarette. We told him he doesn't have a cigarette. He's drunk, and he pulled a gun out on us. So I disarmed him.
Who has the gun?
I have the gun. It's disarmed. It has hollow points in it. It's a Glock.
I want you to stand there, and I want you to put that gun on the ground, okay? Do not have it in your hand when they pull up.
Okay, it's on the ground.
Okay, tell them the gun's here and point to the ground, but keep your hands to where they can see them.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
It came from him bleeding from the head. The guy bleeding from the head? Yes, sir.
I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are. Okay, do you think people ever lie to the police? Is it possible?
I could have got shot today.
Yep, me too. That's my job. So.
Bro, y'all niggas are bitches. Like, do y'all hear yourselves talk? Come on, bro. You ask your questions, so you better get them answers from them. Write it down. If he's the one that called, precinct should have told these niggas. Listen, this is what was told. I told him to do this. I told him to do this. Did he do this? No? Then you apply. You know what I'm saying? But you going off the rip, nigga, you're weird. That's how I'm feeling.
I've been for 6 years. I think I know
Congratulations,
that. I was
sir.
in Afghanistan. I know exactly what danger is. If I'm not armed, you want to test me or frisk me or whatever?
You're fine. Just don't move, and there's no issue with that. Don't go reaching in your pocket, man. You just
Get away to get thrown on the ground. Don't be stupid.
He's
completely. You're not exactly being cooperative either.
I'm putting him in my car.
For him saying you weren't cooperative either, you're upset that you want to put him in cuffs, tie the cuffs, turn him around, go to the car, sit him down, wait for him to get inside the car, and close the door and walk back. That's how mad you are. Slow down the process because he said you weren't being cooperative either when he's just sitting there and he pulls his pants up. You searched him, he got nothing. Better talk your shit back or something, bro. Like, this is weird.
I'm putting him in my car.
Sure. Did I do something wrong?
I don't know what's going on. We're trying to detain you to figure out what's going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but did I do something wrong? Did I do something wrong or no?
That makes no
You guys
sense.
wouldn't even be out here if I didn't call you.
Look at it this way, man. Anytime we
Facts.
pick up our call, we have to do what we can for safety reasons until we can safely ask everybody questions. We got one guy with a gun, one guy bleeding, so we detain, and we wait till everything calms down, then we start asking questions and kind of figure out what happened in the
Nigga,
scenario.
if
Just so you
he's-
know why you're sitting back here.
No, I have no idea why I'm sitting back here. It doesn't explain anything.
Like, exactly.
Matt, step on now.
Yes, sir.
I had it
under control, I feel like.
You had what under control?
The whole situation. I had him on the ground. I'm taking care of his the ambulance. I had it disarmed. And what else did you guys do?
All I'm told is that you're the last one to have the gun. You started touching your pockets and everything. I asked you not to. And
It's
you're like,
on
hey,
the
I'm just here.
ground!
Okay, sorry, sir.
So-
I see your perspective.
Matt got arrested and was later charged with felony possession of a firearm. Later, both the police chief and Matt spoke to the media and explained what happened that day and the unjust reasons behind his wrongful arrest.
In your view, is Matt Solon a hero?
During his initial response, that yes, I agree with that comment. I think when the second act was taken, that's where the lines crossed, that where he protected himself and the people he was with, and I commend him for that. Then part two is where he took action beyond that, and that's where he did cross the line.
Did that appear to be punitive rather than defensive?
Yes, that's what I saw.
But Matt told a different story.
I asked over and over and over again, what am I being arrested for? And Officer O'Brien said,
He has rights too.
The gunman has rights.
The gunman has rights too. He was restrained and you hit him while he was restrained, and that's why you're going to jail. And I was like, he's never been restrained. He's not restrained.
How long were you in jail?
About 35 hours.
The guy who pulls the gun isn't the one who goes to jail that night. You
Exactly.
go to jail.
Exactly.
He isn't arrested till the next month.
No, and he's giving his gun back. They're gonna see this when they run my plate, that I've been arrested before.
For a gun-related charge.
For a gun-related charge, right. And they're gonna think in their head, oh, this guy just had a good lawyer. He got off it.
The district attorney dropped all charges against Matt Solon,
bitches.
saying he acted in self-defense. However, by then, the damage had already been done. If you are enjoying the video so far, officers' actions messed up Matt's record forever. But what they did is nothing compared to what the next officers did. On February 4th,
it gets worse and worse every time, huh?
A CHP highway patrol officer arrested Chula Vista firefighter Jacob Gregoire. The Chula Vista firefighters were providing medical aid to victims of a rollover car accident while using their fire trucks to block the road to keep everyone safe when an officer told them to move their trucks, warning them—
Wait. I apologize. I definitely just zoned out for a second. Hold on. Because what the fuck?
Something unbelievable happened. A CHP highway patrol officer arrested Chula Vista firefighter Jacob Gregoire. The Chula Vista firefighters were providing medical aid to victims of a rollover car accident while using their fire trucks to block the road to keep everyone safe when an officer told them to move their trucks, warning them if they didn't, they'd get arrested. Jacob chose to stay, insisting he had a responsibility to the victim and couldn't just leave them.
Okay, I don't have time for a cell phone. This is ridiculous. CHP is arresting Engineer Gregoire for where he spotted the fire engine.
It's unbelievable. You have to do this. It's unbelievable. You guys have to treat us like this. We're on the road trying to help you guys. We asked you to clear the road and you said no, and you'll get arrested for moving it.
We're in the middle of patient care with patients on the freeway. They're putting him in handcuffs at this time and walking him away.
The chief of the Chula Vista firefighters backed up his colleague's choice, saying that putting the victim's life first was crucial. Jacob was released 30 minutes later.
Dumbass.
He showed great bravery by putting the victim's life first. But in the next case, another hero faced serious consequences for doing a similar act of bravery.
We're done. No, we're done, sir. Hey, we're done, sir. I had it.
On July 26, 2017, police officers from the Salt Lake City Police Department went to the University of Utah Hospital to take a blood sample from a victim who was involved in an accident after a vehicle pursued by the police during a car chase collided with his vehicle, causing it to explode. This resulted in several injuries and burns, leaving the victim in a coma. When the officers got there, the nurse in charge, Alex Wubbles, stopped them from taking a blood sample, and the ensuing interaction quickly descended into chaos.
So I printed this off. This is what I was told to print off. And Brad, I'm just putting on speaker so you can. So I have this. It says obtaining blood samples for police enforcement from patients suspected to be under the influence. Okay, this was something that you guys agreed to with this hospital. The three things that allow us to do that are if you have an electronic warrant, patient consent, or patient under arrest, and neither of those things. The patient can't consent. He told me repeatedly that he doesn't have a warrant, and the patient is not under arrest. So I'm just trying to do what I'm supposed to do. That's all.
Oh.
So I take it without those in place, I'm not going to get blood. Is that? Am I fair to surmise that?
The nurse stopped the officers from getting a blood sample from the unconscious patient, citing it was against hospital policy and legal regulations. It was unsurprising that the officers failed to meet the necessary requirements. Their motive for seeking the blood sample was questionable. They sought to determine if the victim had consumed any drugs or alcohol, potentially to justify the car crash, as police regulations strongly discourage high-speed chases on busy traffic to avoid endangering civilian lives, a protocol the officers seem to have neglected.
So it was very much explained correctly. For those that still may be confused, what's going on is she got the blood sample, but she's not allowed to without the three requirements of the patient's consent, a warrant, and something else. I already forgot what the third shit was. But without those three things, you can't get what the fuck you want. So I guess the police officer, what we about to see is he get mad, trying to arrest her. They think that she's holding back information, like she's harboring a fugitive. That's what most call it, harboring a fugitive. That's probably like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Resulting in the crash.
I don't know. I have no idea why he's blaming me. I'm just...
It's hospital and legal policy.
She's the one that has told me no. Sir, you're making a huge mistake right now. You're making a huge
Frustrated about not having his way, the officer did something really shocking.
Oh, please. No, we're done. No, we're done.
Look at him. Why is nobody stopping him?
We're done, sir. I have administrative.
Nobody's stopping him though. Y'all just recording and looking at him like snatch her up and walk away to try to arrest her, but nobody is stopping her. This nigga has a regular shirt on, like it says police and like a fake ass badge, but these niggas got collared, like real collared shirts on, like real shits. He ain't stopping this man. He gotta be somebody special if you do it. Like what? Then walk.
Detective Jeff Payne, who was later identified as the officer in question, forcefully grabbed the nurse, slamming her against the wall, and handcuffing her simply because she chose